everybody, welcome to Tutors. Today we are going to deal with the lesson Binomial Theorem or the Binomial Expansion. First and foremost, the basic result of this lesson is the expansion of a plus b whole raised to n, which is nc0 a raised to n plus nc1 a raised to n minus 1b plus so on up to ncn b raised to n. This is too long, but this becomes simple just when we find the general equation or the general term for this. How to find the general term? The general term comes out as nc. Let's denote r to be the variable 1, 2, 3. ncr a raised to n minus r b raised to r. This is the general term. Now, the next basic result is a minus b whole raised to n. A minus b whole raised to n. That is also ncn a raised to n minus nc1 a raised to n minus 1b plus so on up to ncn b raised to n. The terms are same, just the sign is different. That is, here it comes to be alternate plus and minus. Now the general term for this turns out to be the same. The term is same as the above, that is ncr a raised to n minus r b raised to r, but the sign is different. The sign turns out to be minus 1 whole raised to r. That is, for odd r the sign is negative and for even r it is positive. Now the next result is derived from these two. That is, it's just simple. What happens when we add these two equations or subtract these two equations? First we'll add a plus b whole raised to n plus a minus b whole raised to n is equal to, these cancel, the opposite signs cancels each other. Thus what remains is only the even r terms, but it doubles. So 2 into nc0 a raised to n plus nc2, only even terms, a raised to n minus 2 b square, etc. Now the next is a minus b whole raised to n minus a plus b a minus b whole raised to n. This turns out to be twice the the odd r terms, that is a minus 1b plus nc3 a raised to n minus 3 b cube, etc. Now we will move to some interesting results, which are c0 plus c1 plus c2 plus up to cn is equal to 2 raised to n. Here c0, c1, c2, etc. denotes nc0, nc1, nc2, etc. The next seems to be simpler because when we have alternate plus and minus with these, it just turns out to be a 0. It's gone, it's a 0. Now the next one is nc0 plus nc2 plus nc4 plus etc. is equal to nc1 plus nc3 plus nc5 plus etc. and is equal to 2 raised to n minus 1. This is actually from the first result itself, because when we add this part, this part and this part, we get the first thing. So actually each of these parts is just half of this one. So 2 raised to n by 2, which turns out to be 2 raised to n minus 1. Now the next one we have is, if ncx is equal to ncy, then either x is equal to y or x plus y is equal to n. Okay, now the next result, NCR plus, this is important, okay, NCR plus NCR minus 1 is n plus 1 CR. So what happens is the bigger from this, that is r minus 1, r is bigger from this just goes to the other side, so it becomes n plus 1 CR. Now the next one, NCR by NCR minus 1 is n minus r plus 1 by r. How to understand this? Just check which is smaller, r or r minus 1. Obviously r minus 1. So it gets subtracted from n in the opposite side. Means if it is given as what denominator, it goes in the numerator, and the bigger r comes down. So this is same as this. That is also important, from not from the board point of view, but for entrance it becomes important. Now the next result is simple. NCR is equal to NCN minus R. That is actually this result itself. R plus N minus R is what? Now let me ask you, how many terms does this expansion have? A plus b raised to n. Let's check. Let's take an example of a plus b whole raised to 2. This is a square plus b square plus 2ab. This have 3 terms, which is 2 plus 1, which implies n plus 1 terms. But we cannot generalize a thing just by checking it with 1. So we'll check it again with a plus b whole cube, which is a cube plus 3a square b plus 3ab square plus b cube. This has 4 terms, which again turns out to be n plus 1. So we can say that this expansion of a plus b raised to n has n plus 1 terms. Okay. Now also here we see that the second term from the beginning and the second term from the end has the same coefficients, that is 3, 3. Likewise, all the terms in the expansion which is equidistant from the beginning and end will have the same coefficients. Just note it as how n c1 a raised to n minus 1 b and n minus 1 a b raised to n minus 1. We are not saying that these two terms are equal, but the coefficients are equal. Okay, now the next result. Here, come, let's go. Here, this is what nc1 a raised to n minus 1 b. Here r is equal to 1, but it is actually the second term. So for in the general term ncr a raised to n minus r b raised to r, it is the what r plus 1th term actually. So if we are asked the what 5th term, we should actually give r is equal to 4. Now we will move to mid terms. This has 2 conditions. When n is even, we have only one midterm, which is the n by 2 plus 1th term. I already told you, if r plus 1th term means n is equal to r. So here n is equal to n by 2. R is equal to n by 2. So the midterm when n is even turns out to be n by 2, a raised to n by 2, b raised to n by 2. Now when n is odd, what is the case? there are two midterms, which is the n plus 1 by 2th term and the n plus 3 by 2th term. Here r comes out to be n minus 1 by 2 and here r turns out to be n plus 1 by 2. So the terms or the midterms are n c n plus 1 by 2 a raised to n minus 1 by 2 b raised to n plus 1 by 2 and n c n minus 1 by 2 a raised to n plus 1 by 2 b raised to n minus 1 by 2. Okay, hope it's clear. Now, this lesson is so small and it's over by this. It's that simple. Now, I'll tell you what type of questions may come for you in board exam. You may be asked to expand something like 3x plus 2y whole raised to 7, and you can do that by just having this equation. It's that simple. Also, you are asked to evaluate 98 whole raised to 6 or something like that. So you should split it like 100 minus 2 raised to 6 and do the remaining. Now you can also be asked to find the coefficient. Coefficient is this one, NCR itself. You don't need to care about what is A or B or nothing. Just you have to get the value of N and R and you will have the coefficient. Also, you are asked the general term, which is this one. You can also be asked the nth term. That is where you have to take care, because nth term is asked means r is n minus 1, as I have already told you. So I hope you understood and got something out of this video. Thank you.